Welcome back to day 2 of Battle of the All-Stars 2020 live from Hatfield, Pennsylvania. Inline 309 is the venue we're in right now, and you're watching some of the Team Saskatchewan skaters warming up in green. That's where I'm from. I'm Deathnella, joined by
Kelly Kruger, who is announcing for Team Kansas, not from Team Kansas, but I'm really sure from the past 2 games that I announced yesterday, they can adopt me as a Kansas person because I love them.
Yes, I was going to say, what a great team to get matched with for BOTAS. And that's what's great about this tournament is that you sort of get assigned a team to stick with. And so you become attached to them unless you're obviously
we're friends now.
Exactly.
You all.
For Team Saskatchewan, of course, that's where I live. And so I've skated with a number of these skaters, but I am mostly an announcer. I am definitely not at this level, so I'm just in awe of everything. Thanks so much for joining us. We are streaming live. Thanks to the wonderful New England Roller Derby Report and their production sponsor, Sociopath. All right, so quick run through of the rosters. They haven't changed for Team Saskatchewan from yesterday, but so I'm just going to run through it. I was just trying to take a peek over at the bench there. Thank you. Gretchen Little is the phenomenal tournament head announcer here
just
for BOTAS.
Killing it, giving us up-to-date information.
So Team Sask for this game is 007 Venus, number 1111 Joe Means Joe, number 15 Scott Free, who is your player coach, number 182 Skidlet, 201 Coleshaw, 21 Pterodactyl, number 3 Heaven's Reject, number 30 Rip, number 33 Nikki Fury, number 40 Nemesis, 411 Man Destroyer, number 454 Holly Double Thumper, number 5 Candy Stroy, 518 your Captain Melkery, number 69 Terralizer, number 8 Dame Tamer, 80 Cindy Drop Her, number 9 Raina Terror. Yes, she's back in the lineup, feeling much better today.
Yay.
Number 93 Lady Luck, and number 22 Shell on Earth.
And for Team Kansas, we have number 10, Olsen, number 12, Rolla, number 13, Dacha I, number 1337, Luna Shovegood, number 187, A Sweet Assassin, number 2, Hippie Shin Kicker, number 232, Sophie Nominal, number 26, Shutter Speed, number 316, Dinja Ninja, number 317, Flipper, number 4, Jessica Boom, number 138, Hitney Spears, number 678, Triple B, number 7108, Vanilla Slice, 777, No El Paso, 8, Beef Body,
Oh,
Ohio.
you got it, girl.
86 Black Mamba, 87 Skillet, 89 Heart, 999 at Bella Vice, and we're
Woo!
starting.
Yes,
Woo!
we are into it. Team Sask in green. It's Heart with the Sunflower and with lead jammer status for Kansas. Right now, Coleshaw working at the back, getting by on the outside and through as Hart already approaching the pack in scoring position. Coming up on Pterodactyl, who's able to do some phenomenal one-on-one blocking, although a track cut call will send Terror to the penalty box.
Yeah, Alston was able to provide some much-needed so Hart can get in through on, thank you, on the inside line before she called it off. I know, my thing's weird. I don't know what's happening.
Just trying to be a team announcer buddy over here and help you out.
Best.
All right, and you know what? Team Sask knows that they're in for a challenge. They've seen Team Kansas. They've identified their biggest threats, definitely on the blocking line. Number 10, Olsen, they are always where they need to be. It is incredible to see Olsen at work. So they are aware of this. Oh, and a hit by Dame Tamer.
But Vanilla Slice is able to stay inside the track, inbounds, on such a powerful hit from that Saskatchewan blocker. That was amazing.
Actually, that wasn't Dame Tamer, rather Heaven's Reject. Meanwhile, it's Joe Means Joe trying to power through. Now, Joe Means Joe's jammer style is very physical, and she knows that that's her style of play, and likely Kansas, if they've watched any Team Sask games, have figured that out as well.
Well, I would say both teams are very, their blocker core are very strong, very, aware of, making sure they're containing the jammer. They don't do a lot of big, huge hits, and then that just happened where it was a big, huge hit from number 21 on Saskatchewan, so they were trying to make sure I was not telling the truth.
Pterodactyl's got to feel good about that. Terror, I know she hails from Saskatoon. Taking a look now, again, at that moment, watch, on the inside and down. It was more positional than an actual hit,
Full on.
right? So it's just making sure you're in the right place to stop that apex jump from occurring. Now we're going to see Skidlet with the Prairie Lily. That is the provincial flower. I love it. My favorite color is orange. So it's a beautiful orange lily, and that's what we're wearing on as our star. And Skidlet able to take the inside, getting by Black Mamba, which is a very difficult task, except not quite, actually. Skidlet now in the penalty box.
And Jessica Boom is jamming for Team Kansas, and they are also donning their state flower, the sunflower, as their jammer star. And I think it's fitting for Valentine's Day that we have two different teams donning flowers for their
I just
their
love
jammer.
it. I just love it. I'm here for it. Skidlet, I know, has had a couple jammer penalty troubles. She's so strong and knows how to get through the pack, but sometimes a forearm call, and then you know what? Track cuts have been the bane of everyone's existence here so far.
Yes.
Even blockers, and I say even blockers because usually you don't see that call as often.
Yeah, but I will say Team Kansas has a really good knack for taking advantage of those power jams. So whenever the opposing team is sending their jammer to the box, Team Kansas is taking very much advantage of it. Jessica Boom picking up 12 points so far in this jam. That's exactly what I mean by taking advantage.
Meanwhile, Skidlet is sent to the penalty box. Now, on these abbreviated 40-minute games, you get 5 penalties total. That's already 2 for Skidlet in the penalty box. Jessica Boom, I was impressed with getting by Melcree, who is no easy blocker on the Team Sask line. In fact, I would say by far the most solid, consistent blocker on Team Sask. So it's really impressive when you can get by the captain there.
I'm sure it's, I mean, in my experience, when you know that there are those, like, you know, solid, formidable forces, and you, like, as a jammer, like, I just did that. In your mind, you're literally tap dancing and going crazy, but you still have to stay focused and do what you need to do. But I'm sure inside she was like, yes.
We are now entering jam number 4 with 15 minutes, 45 seconds left. That's because we are playing a 20-minute half. These are 40-minute games, and Kansas out with lead. That's Rolla. And you know, Rolla was identified by the Team Sask crew as being one of the jammers they've really got to prepare for. So an interesting decision as well. With the pivot is Reina Terror. So I think likely what we'll see now is a star pass if Skidlet is aware of that decision.
And right now you do have Team Kansas doing what they do best, containing that jammer, holding on to Skidlet. So what's her name?
And right now Lady Luck trying to provide some but the difficulty with that is Lady Luck then becomes just another oppositional blocker in a way. Kansas able to, hey, you know, we're going to use you.
Yeah, we're
good. Come join our line.
We're rotate around you. Say thank you. Thank you so much for helping us block your jammer. We appreciate you.
I got to see that in the last bout where North Carolina solo blocker just basically latched on and went, you know what? I'm going to use your own blockers to create some defense, which is, just a little extra cherry on top right there. All right, with the star this time is Coleshaw, who was definitely the jammer of record, of note in a lot of ways for Team Sask yesterday. She is also one of the more veteran skaters on the team, so it makes sense. But not even a half lap behind is Hart.
Yes, the true heart of Team Kansas, making a very, very strong presence yesterday in both of their games. I believe she got MVP for Team California game. Yes,
definitely did, and that was 2 points there for Coleshaw, who's feeling good about that. Finally on the board in Jam 5. Kansas leading 26, Saskatchewan 2. Saskatchewan in green, in case you're just joining us. Kansas in blue. I love it. I was commenting, I'm like, oh, you're wearing white again. I love the green. It just looks so vibrant.
It's a nice green. I think it's a Kelly green if I want to add myself also to Team Sask. I'm just claiming all the teams.
Great effort there by Joe on the line, getting through, and right now Melcree's shutting the door on Vanilla Slice. Terralizer as well getting a piece.
It looks like Vanilla was having a little bit of helmet cover issues. It looked like she couldn't see.
Yeah, it was a little scary. So now Vanilla Slice through the pack as Joe Means Joe is in scoring range for the second time, already picking up 4 points. So fast work there by Joe Means Joe, calling it off. Kansas, I got to say, Kelly, doing a great job of making sure that they're at the front of the pack.
Oh, yeah.
So Team Sask, this is a struggle that I've seen even yesterday. I love these ladies. I skate with them, but that's been a tough one for them to get in front, to get that speed.
Yeah, well, you kind of forget. I mean, it's like you're always – Derby is a lot. There's math involved.
I need that on a shirt. Derby is a lot.
So when you're in that moment, like you know, you're saying like, I gotta get it to the front. I gotta get to the front. Oh no, jammer, and you're just like, nope, sit. Let's just retain and hopefully catch the jammer.
And speaking of jammers, we have Nikki Fury with the first time with the Prairie Lily.
And Jessica Boom, who just got through that pack and is the lead jammer for Team Kansas.
And Nikki Fury, I mentioned it yesterday, I'm going to mention it again, hasn't really had extensive tournament play before this after a recent surgery.
Oh, okay.
So a very veteran skater, but of course, you know, when that happens, it's something of note.
And so it takes you time to get back.
Nikki Fury, who has been a regular rotation jammer in BOTAS history for Team Sask before, not so much this tournament, but just loving getting out there with the team, of course, and a star pass this time to Raina Terror. But a track cut call, I was wondering, I did notice a bit of a toe step on the inside. Yeah. So Raina taking a seat in the penalty box, but putting the Prairie Lily on the helmet. And this is a tough blow for Team Sask. This is the third jammer penalty in 7 jams.
Yeah, again, like that's what happened in Team Kansas' first game against North Carolina yesterday. They capitalized on the other team picking up jammer penalties, and they were able to, you know, increase the score so much that North Carolina could not keep up.
Raina Terra now standing in the penalty box. There is a solid line out there for Team Sask, although Nikki Fury, not typically a blocker, but holding things down there with Rip, an aged-up junior who has really been holding her own in this tournament. So this is, of course, Rip's first BOTAS appearance, and right as I was saying her name, she was able to knock down Jessica Boom, who's pretty solid effort there, I gotta say.
Yeah, the Team Kansas had a really good lineup in that jam as well. They had Black Mamba, they had Luna Shovegood, and they were doing a lot of positional awareness and just recycling and doing a really good job of trying to contain.
And so now we have a team timeout being taken by Kansas. Oh, is it? No? I'm trying to take a look at the jammer timer now. It looks like an official one. But yeah, no, Kansas has definitely got things locked down. This is going to be a tough team. Team Saskatchewan has played Kansas before.
Nice.
They played them, I know, in their first year, possibly even last year as well. Team Saskatchewan, for those who are just tuning in, the fun hailing from Saskatchewan, Canada, the only Canadian team ever to make appearances at BOTAS, and they have been here since their first appearance in 2018. And Coleshaw now coming up on a very difficult line, but
yes,
springing back up very quick.
Yeah, so phenomenal. You have Black Mamba. You have, we just lost a beef body Ohadi for Team Kansas, but they are still being able to contain and hold on to Coleslaw, which is saying a lot because Cole was the jammer of record for Team Saskatchewan, doing amazing jukey things, which she is trying to show you right now.
Wow, and lead has just been assessed. Incredible work there. I got to give props to Shell on Earth for a great hit on Triple B, who's got the sunflower for Kansas, although now star in hand instead. Coleshaw out with 4 points for Team Sask, while Pterodactyl takes a penalty, a forearm call to the penalty box. Shell on Earth is just all over the place drawing back this jammer.
Yeah, Triple B was utilized like once or twice in the first game, but then became a jammer very much in their rotation for Team California. She has made her mark. She has become someone that they are relying on. So once she gets her legs under her, watch out.
Yeah, I do think that's part of it, too. And both of these teams had long days yesterday.
Yes.
They lost one. They won one to get them here. And so that's where we're at. Early morning. I would still consider this, Kelly, part of the Breakfast Club.
Oh,
you know what?
Yes. It looks like Team Kansas is going to have their jammer now in the penalty box.
And that jammer is Beef Body Ohadi, the pivot, who had already served a penalty in that last jam. So that's going to shape things up a little interesting. I don't know if I've seen Team Sask really get an opportunity with a power start in this tournament, so they are going to trust that to Skidlet, an aged-up junior as well. In her first BOTAS appearance, she plays as hails rather from Saskatoon as well. I know I've been saying Saskatoon a lot, but we have players from all over the great province of Saskatchewan. We'll talk about in just a moment. This jam now underway. Skidlet, though, unable to capitalize right off the hop on that power start.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they put Olsen out there. They have, again, Black Mamba. They made sure they stacked the deck from a blocker perspective because Team Sask had that power start.
Although no El Paso taking a trip to the penalty box as Beef Body O'Hottie is showing up there, and Skidlet assessed lead jammer status right as Beef Body O'Hottie is now entering the pack, coming up against Terralizer, Cindy Dropper, and Malcree. Oh, Black Mamba closing that lane on Malcree. No, you're not going to get my jammer. Oh, I'm so excited, Kelly.
I'm just listening. That was amazing. I'm not even watching. I am looking at Nell just talk about this. I'm like, I'm with you. I'm there. Oh, my God. Did that just happen? Oh, okay.
I have so much fun. This is the greatest job ever. The really greatest non-job ever. We have Team Kansas coach stepping into the middle. We'll see what's happening. My goodness. It's a pretty full penalty box right now. Olsen and Black Mamba are seated. No El Paso is standing. That leaves one Kansas blocker out on the line. You know what? Don't count him out. Because
no, not at all. So that looks like that is shutter speed.
And look at that. I told you, don't
able to contain enough to get Vanilla Slice through. That's all you need. You should never look at yourself as the only blocker like, oh, my God, I'm not going to be able to do anything. If all you do is hold them long enough for your jammer to get through, jump an Apex. Jump an Apex Vanilla Slice.
I'm already standing up. It is the first half of this. That was insane. You just jumped over. I mean, there's double thumper.
Looking at that lineup, though, I would have jumped too. I'm like, no, I don't want to go up against you. I'm going to avoid you. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk taking an Apex jump because that's a line I don't want to play with.
I love it. If you have the right motivation, the Apex jumps will come. Yes. It will come. Joe means Joe trying to find some space, but Olsen, Black Mamba, no El Paso. I can tell you that line is one that I'm going to put in my Derby Fantasy League right there.
That is definitely a power lineup right there. No El Paso. Again, the 2 games from yesterday, proving that she is one of those blockers that you do not want to go up against. And just that 3-wall is just, again, I'd have jumped an Apex. I'm like, I'm going to risk it. I've never done it before. But those 3, no thanks. I'm jumping.
That is amazing. And here we're going to see that moment again, I believe, all nicely queued up. Boom! Boom, 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 boom. I got to give.
You saw that wall. No, thank you. I'm jumping.
You are listening to, myself, Bethnella, and Kelly. We are bringing you all the great Battle of the All-Star action here. Still in the first half of a 40-minute game between Team Saskatchewan and Team Kansas. Right now, Kansas leads 53-28. Saskatchewan in green, Kansas in blue. Jessica Kaboom with the sunflower.
And Raina Terra with the Prairie Lily for
Oh, that was a sweet move by Black Mamba, but my goodness, Raina was able to roll with it like no big deal and get through. She has got such a phenomenal positive attitude out on the track.
On her face. Woo! Who gets hit by Black Mamba is like, yep, I'm still smiling.
Raina Terror.
Dying inside,
Raina
but she
Terror.
was like,
no, I don't. She has got that youthful glow. She's one of those aged up juniors as well. She'll be skating on Team Canada in the Junior Roller Derby World Cup. Awesome. That's going to be hosted in Regina, Saskatchewan. There's that moment once again with Jessica Kaboom, able to just hop by on that Apex. So Team Sask really needs to lock down and figure out how they're going to stop those Apex jumps. If they can make those adjustments into the second half, then that's a good go. But it's not an easy go with these jammers as well. The Team Kansas jammer roller, but look at that. Oh, curb stomping Coleshaw. Able to, wow, if you can make Black Mamba sigh, frustrate, because Coleshaw knows the perfect counterbalances, able to actually use the energy you're giving her to stay in bounds, in momentum, into play.
I think she heard you because she also just did a little twirly spin thing. So I think she was saying, yes, I can, and I did, and I will, and now I'm going to call it.
Oh, my gosh. I got to say, like, people at home who are watching, thanks, by the way, for joining us here on the New England Roller Derby Report Twitch We are so grateful for you, and we're so grateful to everyone involved in the broadcast, because there are the unsung heroes, the camera operators,
Yes.
and the Chad, who is right behind
The Chad.
The Chad.
The Chad.
Everyone
All caps.
knows the Chad. All right, okay. I'm just going to calm down a little bit here. We've
No, I like the energy.
3 minutes and 20
And
seconds.
Hart
on the game.
just skated
What?
through on the outside
minute.
line.
Didn't
Neither
the
one of
whistle
us
just
are,
go?
Yes, the whistle, in that breath of the whistle, she was like, okay, I got you. We're playing, right? All right.
Wow.
Initial pass, scoring 4.
You know what, Rip, Lady Luck, I love you. You just didn't even see that one coming on that one. That was insane in a good way. Cindy Dropper, unfortunately, getting goaded by the Kansas line, because that's how little they need to provide at this point. Although I guess Cindy now as well, has the star. I see what happened there. So Cindy has the Prairie Lily, and it's up to Skidlet now. Okay, that was a little swift move there. A little fake out.
Yeah, Team Kansas doing what they do best, containing the jammer between Skilla and No El Paso, and we got Bella Virus in that 3-wall, just holding on to, and it makes it look so effortless. It's they are making sure it's slow, controlled choices.
All right, looks like Cindy Dropper still trying to figure things out, but as I say that, Kansas blocker Bella Virus sent to the penalty box on a forearm, a no-pack penalty called, or rather no-pack called, so penalty assessed to Rip for a failure to reform.
Oh, I didn't even notice that they had Olsen up in the front of the Saskatchewan pack playing O for Hart, but also trying to be able to contain, and that they did. They were able to get a cut track called on
Skidlet,
yes.
right after the star pass. Skidlet looking confused, and I say that because Skidlet is not one to argue ref calls, ever, in fact, and a very respectable player, and in this case, not sure how that happened. But as I said, those track cuts have just been nasty on this particular floor.
I'm pretty sure that was the highest scoring jam today, this week.
Definitely today. There was a 32-point jam yesterday. I only know that because I was losing my mind.
There you go. 28 points for Hart for Kansas. 28 points. 2-8.
That is a huge, of
in
course,
that one jam.
Can't be overstated, a huge jam for Kansas. That brings our totals to 85-32. We do have an official timeout as things get adjusted here. And you know what? Because we haven't had many timed breaks, you know what? We'll figure it out. I know I've got my. I love hiding the sponsor sheets.
Yes.
We got to give some love to Spank Alley, the only fully adjustable roller derby armbands on the market. I'm going to check these out, Kelly.
I know, me too.
Because that's
when we get stronger. No, when we get stronger, we're going to need the adjustables.
Yes, of course. They also ship worldwide, which is perfect for me in the middle of nowhere in Canada. So you can check them out at www.spankalley.com.au.
Now, I do want to point out, and hopefully you guys were watching at home, that Olsen was buried in the Saskatchewan pack right before the whistle started. And then right when the whistle started, she kind of tiptoed around to try to continue to cause chaos in their group when she was able to, when they were able to pick up, to start being in engagement. It was amazing. It was a very small, tricky little thing. They nestled themselves into their pack. And then just started causing chaos.
And then right now we see Dame Tamer take a seat. And Dame Tamer from Saskatchewan was giving Vanilla Slice the most trouble in that pack. And that's why Vanilla Slice able to get by on that scoring trip through the pack. No problem. Yeah, Olsen, I've said it time and time again, they know exactly where to be. If I could take their derby IQ level and just like implant it in my head.
I don't even need all of it. Just a little bit. Because I feel like that would enhance my level so much.
I love it. You're just like, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Don't need it all. Vanilla Slice getting by with another 4 points right as Dame Tamer released. So pack now back up to full strength. As Skidlet, of course, who started in the penalty box, is now trying to figure out a way to get by on her initial.
Vanilla Slice able to actually skate backwards crossovers, trying to make sure they could still watch number 22 from Saskatchewan, Shell. And then once she saw where she was going, she quick juked, turned around, and was able to get through.
Yeah, Shell's effort out there as a blocker has can't be understated. That was a tough one. Skidlet trying really hard to get by. And you know what, for Skidlet, too, it's a tough one when you have 3 penalties in a 5 penalty limit game.
You have to start playing conservatively.
And we have now reached, wow, look at that. We've reached our halftime. And Kansas just shy of that century mark, 99 points. Saskatchewan 32. And it's only going to get better in the second half. All right. Kelly, do you want to go?
Sure.
Yeah.
New England Roller Derby Report would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering size-inclusive leggings and shorts designed to fit you. With 7 different lengths and pockets, she is sure to have a style that works for your body. Team colors, custom prints, and group discounts are available. Also offering dozens of armbands and helmet cover options, she has got you covered. Please visit sociopath.ca/nerd for 10% off your next order.
So just a heads up, everyone, a very short intermission. There's only under 4 minutes left. Kelly and myself, Deathnella, are going to take a quick audio break, and we'll be right back bringing you more from BOTAS 2020.
Hello, welcome back. We are Kelly Kruger and Deathnella bringing you Team Kansas versus Team Saskatchewan here at BOTAS, BOTAS, Battle of the All-Stars in Inline 309, Harleysville, Pennsylvania. I'm super excited because it's Friday and we're announcing.
Is it?
We're doing derby things.
It's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's okay.
There's a lot of good stuff. I know, it's funny. The Valentine's Day thing I didn't even clue in until we were driving on our way into the venue.
I had to make heart-shaped cookies before I left for my kids to be like,
that's cute.
I'm not going to look at your faces. So this is a great Valentine's Day.
That's
Here's
cute.
some cookies.
So the reason we wanted to come back, of course, very short halftime there, but also wanted to come back quick. We had a couple questions on the chat about the length of the game. This is a 40-minute game. We're not going to see 60-minute gameplays until tomorrow afternoon. That's Saturday afternoon. And that's just because of the sheer number of games.
Yes.
So quick rundown on those 40-minute games. Of course, 2 20-minute periods. We're just about to start the second half here. You get 1 5-minute halftime, which is all done, 2 team timeouts per game, and both teams haven't even used a team timeout, and both teams haven't used their 1 OR either, and that OR, the official review, isn't retained whether you win or lose. And right now we're into the action with Hart, and Joe Means Joe, wow, Hart, no problem at all, grabbing lead, but Joe Means Joe as well, released from the pack a lot faster than some of the other times she's been out there.
Very, very true. We have a very good lineup of I can't why. It does not love me, and then I'm hitting people, sorry. I'm beating up the Chad. I don't mean to.
Not the Chad. I just got to say, this has got nothing to do with the non-derby thing, but I live on a street that's just off St. Chad's Crescent, and I always think about who St. Chad's is, you know, like a party dude. St. Chad's. It's just the saint of all Chads. No, I think you are St. Chad. All right. No offense to those who actually know who St. Chad's is. We have Cole Shaw on the line with the star for Team Saskatchewan. Vanilla Slice out there for Team Kansas. Although, oh my goodness, I almost couldn't even see where Slice was. We have a destruction of pack called on Pterodactyl.
So low that you really you gotta tweak your head a little bit to see. She is your lead jammer, but not too far behind her is Cole, right up there. Trying to make sure that they are also getting points for Saskatchewan.
Cole Shaw's stance, as well as she rounds the track, is just phenomenal. The speed working against Team Sask there is Vanilla Slice able to get by on a very clear path to the inside. Great effort there by, I got to give props to Melkery, who had to throw a shoulder there on Olsen. I mean, it's one of those things as a blocker you respect those difficult blockers. But
it's like a check mark, just to be like, my skin touched their skin. I did things.
Kansas has crossed that century mark at 103.32 as we enter Jam 2 of the second half. There's 18 minutes on the clock, and that's because we are in 20-minute halves. Joe Means Joe with the star again, and it's Jessica Kaboom.
Yeah, Joe Means Joe being held up between Black Mamba, Sweet Assassin, and there's number 2.
Woo! That was a bit of a beauty, I gotta say. Jessica Kaboom able to take that outside line. Holly Double Thumper, who is usually really locked down, unable to get all the way to that outside lane. We have a track cut call on Joe Means Joe, so a power jam situation for Kansas. Team Sask not really catching much breaks in terms of getting those power jam opportunities, and that's just because Kansas skating fairly clean, I gotta say.
Yeah, well, this last one, I do not think Joe Means Joe saw Black Mamba pull back. So when she came back through, she came right in front of Black Mamba, and it was like, yeah, no, that was a cut.
So Jessica Kaboom able to read Rip, the aged-up junior, very easily, getting an O assist there. Joe Means Joe now back into the mix as Pterodactyl taking another trip to the penalty pack. Penalty pack? That's not a thing. Penalty box.
The Apex Skate Shop penalty box.
I'm just going to give a shout-out to them. They are, of course, located at Inline 309. If you've ever been to this wonderful building, they're in the Turn 2 area. But they are also available online at www.apexskateshop.com. Thank you so much for supporting Roller Derby. And a big shout out to Bucksmont Roller Derby Dolls for hosting Battle of the All-Stars 2020. They've been hosting BOTAS for the last 7 years, and we couldn't be more grateful. Yes. Thank you. So much goes into especially 4-day tournaments. Come on. That's huge. All right, Skidlet with the star for Team Sask.
And it looks like we have Triple B jamming for Team Kansas.
We've got lots of love on the stream for both these teams. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are. It's Skidlet out with lead and out in front, but Triple B not far behind. Like, we're talking like a third of a lap behind, not even, well, no, what am I talking about? Very quick. Skidlet had to call it off. Did she get that point on Black Mamba, though? Yes, she did. Okay.
looks like both teams got a point or two. So it looks like Team Kansas got 2 and Saskatchewan got 1. So
sneaky.
Yeah, but it's all those little things, the little points. 1 here, 2 there.
Yeah.
Then like you start inching closer and closer. So Kansas right now 121, Saskatchewan 33 at 15 minutes 25 seconds.
And we've got what looks like more of a pivot start, although as it goes, settling in. Now watch this formation. Kansas is really going to try to yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Like,
tucking
of course,
under.
I say I knew that was going to happen only because we get such a clear view of it. But what a great maneuver to get Hart through.
Yes.
Oh, and a good, well-positioned play by Candy Stroy of Team Sask. Candy Stroy, who is so dedicated to the craft. She was hitting the elliptical trainer after the day yesterday. But Coleshaw, who barely gets penalties, sent to the penalty box on an illegal contact call.
They have been calling that a lot this tournament. So it is definitely something all teams need to be aware of and making sure they're,
and Hart able to get by, getting a bit of an assist. Barely had to slow down. In fact, Hart only slowed down because she was wondering, do you want me to call it and freeze Coleshaw on the box?
They were looking at their box being like, what am I doing? Oh, okay. You want me to hang out? Cool, I can do that too.
And now Coleshaw's released. Now, Coleshaw, I don't believe, has completed an initial. So, and of course, Team Kansas has goaded their pivot. That's a pretty smart play, huh?
Yes, they are very, very derby smart. It is a very, like, both teams. These are the things, especially when you're starting out at derby, you're like, I think I might want to play. These are the games you should be watching. The team games, because you have a lot of all-stars from different areas coming together, playing how they know how to play, and it's just a lot of really smart derby.
Now, these teams did come into the play seated very closely, but Team Saskatchewan, a track cut call on Coleshaw, and that's a tough blow as well. She definitely thought she was in the clear there. I mean, I know that's how most track cuts occur, but as someone who has a keen track awareness, that's always a difficult one to take. Hart getting bumped around there at the end, but feeling very good about what appears to be an 18-point effort.
I mean, she's done better.
Kelly.
Well, technically she did. She did 28. But yeah,
you're so funny.
But yeah, it was amazing. It was an amazing jam.
So that does mean Kansas still gets that power start. Remember when Hart was like, are we going to freeze her? Like so sometimes it pays off. Well, Team Sask finally using a team timeout. I say finally because neither team used a timeout or a clock stoppage in any way in that first half, and a time now to remind you about 187 Killer Pads. They've been designing and constructing pads for top professional athletes for the past decade. Started by a longtime skater, 187 Killer Pads has since become the preferred choice of skaters worldwide. And that's true. Yesterday, took a snapshot of some Team Sask skaters with some American skaters, all rocking
the same
187 Killer Pads. With its visionary designs and revolutionary systems, these pads continue to lead the way in raising industry standards and making protective gear better. As for most companies nowadays, you can follow them on Instagram and on the web at www.187killerpads.com.
Like triple W. I might say that instead of either do dub or dub.
Do you want to give some love to Team Sask? Shout outs to all the different leagues involved. We've got skaters from Weyburn Roller Derby Association, Southwest Sask, Palo Bones Derby Club, Saskatoon Roller Derby League, Prince Albert Roller Derby, Moose Jaw Roller Derby, Gapland Rollers, Wheat City. Lots of skaters involved, and we couldn't be more grateful.
A lot of love for Wolverine on the feed right now, which is really nice to see. Hart and Beef. It's nice. You guys are love to know that they love to know that you love them.
Beef Body O'Hottie getting a little bit of a pile up there with Holly Double Thumper, but Beef Body O'Hottie also grabbing a lead. I mean, Coleshaw was in the penalty box. Coleshaw now in the mix, star in hand, so a little bit of confusion, kind of getting caught up there with Olsen. And Coleshaw is out on her initial, and a track cut call on Beef Body O'Hottie. So what did I just say, Kelly, last game? Team Sask hasn't had many power jam opportunities.
Well, these are the types of things you really want to see after a team calls a timeout. You want to see them like recover, calm down, play the game that they know how to play, and that's exactly what Team Saskatchewan is doing right now. That is why there are 2 people in the Kansas penalty box and not Saskatchewan's. They are very much
definitely and
breathing.
right now Kansas down to 2 blockers, but those blockers are Olsen and no El Paso.
So that's still.
It's not a cakewalk.
No.
A no-pack situation called, and that will draw a penalty on Olsen. Wow. Team Sask doing a phenomenal job of drawing that penalty. It's sitting back in the pack there, catching Olsen off guard. Coleshaw now coming around. This is a big jam for Team Sask. I believe the first in the double digits or possibly the second in the double digits. There was only 3 points earned on that last one, so there must have been a no-earned pass in the mix there. So we're at 15 now for Team Sask. As the clock winds down, 11 seconds in the jam left.
And they're in the corner we can't see.
And a forearm call on No El Paso. Wow, Coleshaw drawing all the penalties as Beef Body Ohadi out of the penalty box. That was a massive, massive jam for Team Saskatchewan. Just shy of 20 points, Kelly.
Just doing good. Saying, okay, Hart, I see you. I'm coming. 19.
So 19.
Challenge accepted. Want to do some more.
Now, Coleshaw, being the jammer who has had the highest scoring jams for Team Saskatchewan with a 24-point jam yesterday in the first bout, earning her that MVP. Right now, Joe Means Joe, who is equally as wonderful. And Scott Free, wow, look at that blocking. Scott Free, look, man, no hands.
Yep, keeping the hands clear. I'm not going to forearm if you see where my hands are. Containing Shutter Speed, who is making their jammer debut.
And Joe Means Joe, this is a back-to-back lead, Kelly. This is big. That timeout reset Team Sask.
Reset their clock.
Re-energize them. Joe Means Joe now coming in hot on that pack as Shutter Speed is released.
Shutter Speed, yes. Using those lovely toe stops, doing a spin on that outside line, being able to break through the pack and come through. I believe, again, they are trying to now enter in new jammers because we have Beef Body Ohadi, and now you just had Shutter Speed, who are not a part of the normal jammer rotation for Team Kansas, but I feel like they're trying to spread the love and the wealth, get everyone, that everybody jams philosophy. Well, I feel like Team Kansas is using it right now.
And also, for those who are unaware, there are strict rules at BOTAS about the minimum jams someone can skate. And so sometimes people go, well, why wouldn't you just put that jammer out on the line? Well, that can cause even more damage sometimes. Like, you need to play people to their strength. So I can see why, and you got to play them strategically. Right now, Kansas with a very strong lead on Team Sask. But Rola and Reina, it is the battle of that right now out on the track. Reina doing some spin maneuvers, getting some help from Skidlet. Rola right at the top, coming up on Terralizer and Melkery as Amanda Destroyer bridges. Will Terralizer slow it? Not quite.
Yeah, she's able to fight those last two. Push, 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 drive, dive, dive, having Saskatchewan have to drop to just one, and then she's able to just juke a little bit, break on through to the other side.
Reina is feeling it, resetting now at the back of the pack. And what a tough one to, wow, Skidlet coming in with a really good assist offensively.
So it looks like Sophie Nominal was sent to the penalty box, I believe, on a directional penalty. Not too sure, but that means that Texas will start the next jam down one blocker.
Thank you so much to everyone who is rocking it over here on our Twitch chat. Is Reina Terra from Swift Current? No, she's not. She's actually skating out of Saskatoon Roller Derby League, although she does even skate out of Alberta with the AAA, the new open division team there. And as I'm talking about her, Bella Virus, another jammer that we don't get to see very often out there, comes flying through with lead. Wow, that track awareness is phenomenal. Calls off the jam, beats out Coleshaw.
Yeah, because she was like, she coming. I'm trying to get points and I'm trying to call it.
You know, that's a strategy I also think doesn't get used enough sometimes.
Definitely.
Is switching up that matchup, making something novel and new as a distraction that's phenomenal when you match them with a very strong jammer. We've got Nikki Fury out on the line. This will be her second time with the Prairie Lily for Team Sask in green.
Literally, even from the camera angle, cannot. Oh, it's Hart. No wonder. I'm like, I can't see who the jammer is. His Hart, it gets so low. Oh, no, it's not Hart. I am sorry. It is not Hart.
Oh, and Nikki Fury out with lead.
And jamming for Texas is Beef Body Ohadi. She got so low, I thought she was Hart, but no, it was Beef Body. Go ahead, girl, getting low.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of getting low, even Nikki Fury ducking down, trying to navigate those Kansas blockers. This is a good time to call it.
Hey,
it is a good time
she
to
heard
call
you.
it. For the record, folks at home, no one can hear me.
No one can hear us.
It's me and Kelly and Chad having a good little conversation. Chad has had to listen to my voice for the last 2 hours. Poor guy. I'll have to buy him a coffee or something stronger.
He's already got one.
And speaking of Chad, if you don't know who Chad is, well, shame on you. No, New England Roller Derby report. Phenomenal streaming with assistance by fellow team announcer members who are rocking it on a really great camera setup, and that is all thanks to Chad.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And Sociopath, the production sponsor. Joe Means Joe with the star for Team Saskatchewan in green, and it's Shutter Speed. Definitely recognize the glasses. It's funny how you start to pick up on some of the things skaters have, but yeah, Shutter Speed finding it difficult, no surprise, to navigate Amanda Stroyer from Saskatoon, Melcree, and Terralizer. Those are very difficult blockers. There has been a star pass now to Assassin.
Sweet Assassin,
yep.
Yes.
Joe Means Joe coming up on Black Mamba. Trying to get that number there.
Oh, I'm trying to look.
Oh, and Dame Tamer now taking a seat in the penalty box. It's amazing, though, that even with, you know, that Apex Skate Shop penalty box, keeping some bodies warm in there, no one... The foul outs have been manageable, right?
Yeah,
because
very minimal. I've only seen, I think,
one or two
yesterday.
And a reminder that you only get 4 in those 30-minute bouts. Those are all done now. So 40-minute bouts, you get 5. And you might think, well, 5's a lot. But when you look at high-level derby play, a lot of really amazing skaters will average 5 penalties, which is wild to me. But Triple B, though, has no problem staying inbound legally and all of that good stuff. Picking up lead jammer status as Reina Terra out on the line. Oh, tripping up. Oh, and there is a penalty called on Reina Terra. I believe that was because of that fall on top of one of the Kansas skaters.
Yeah, I will say what.
No, never mind. Reina, there was a bit of a switch up. It looks like Sophie Nominal instead got the penalty for causing the fall. Reina now out. That was really great. Wow, beautiful Apex jump on Kansas. I was waiting for that. Oh my gosh, Mama Terra over there in corner 4 getting so excited.
I will say what was happening during the start of that jam was Team Saskatchewan was like, hey, there are some really strong blockers happening on this lineup, so let's get in there. They were starting to do what normally only one blocker will do, is cause, like, you know, a little bit of chaos and come out of it. But they were like, no, we're going to position ourselves inside Team Kansas's, like, wall. We're going to cause some chaos, and that definitely helped that whole entire situation.
It certainly did, and I'm also proud of Team Sask right now for taking their second. Okay, they're using their official review as a timeout, which is fine. You're more than welcome to do that. Plus, they still have one more team timeout, which I'm assuming that they're going to want to use right after this jam. The time on the clock right now is 3 minutes, 37 seconds. It is pretty safe to say that Kansas is likely going to pull through. I don't want to, you know.
Still 3 minutes.
If you heard that on the stream, that was Chad laying down the law. Yeah, I know. We're trying to be friendly. Listen, I'm from Saskatchewan.
Disney
I'm very proud of these skaters.
Steven Spielberg happy endings. That is what we're having right now.
Wonderful, majestic ending for Saskatchewan if they came back, but it would also be, I think, a little bit of a, like, 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 a little bit the most tragic story of the folding in and caving in on itself.
That is also
Kansas
very
will
true.
let 'em
Yes, that is very. He made a very good point.
Yes.
The Chad said it would be a magical, mystical, amazing thing for Saskatchewan, but then at the same time, it would mean that Kansas basically imploded on themselves
Right.
and crumbled,
and didn't field any
and
skaters.
this was like everyone's in the box. So
We're
good
seeing-
point.
We're seeing lots of love for those aged up juniors on the stream. Thanks for joining us. And you know what? Why don't we give a super quick shout out as we wind down this one to make sure that you check out Battle of the All-Stars on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date. We call it BOTAS in case
Yes.
you're wondering what the heck, why are they saying that? What about boats? What's happening? So just search Battle of the All-Stars 2020. They're very easy to find on all the socials. As well on the Twitter, if you
Yes.
will. My favorite hashtag Derby Twitter is like that's the one gateway into the Derby world. But then, of course, you can also just hashtag BOTAS 2020, and you'll be able to find all the chats. There's some amazing people out there. Big shout outs to you who are clipping just some of the best highlights, and I can't thank you enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of stuff that like I go home and I'm like, I know what I'm going to do for 2 hours now. I'm just going to look at clips
Scroll
again.
through. I was there, but I like to watch.
Of course. Oh, and look at this moment. We've got Team Sask and Team Kansas skaters all in a huddle. That's what we love to see.
This is why we love Derby. This is personally why I love Derby, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the score. It doesn't matter how
No.
hard you're going against each other. That is the love and respect. You want their best because you want to be your best. And at the same time, you're high-fiving each other. Oh, my God, that was a great hit. Did you
Yeah.
see what she did? Amazing.
Very
and they are
impressive.
just
Yeah.
a constant love on love on love on love
Can
on
I just
love.
tell you as well that Team Sask, because I'm part of the whole rigmarole, had major luggage woes, and that was from the
Yeah, you
Canadian
guys
side,
lost-
okay? So, like,
lost
something
luggage.
like 10 or 13 bags.
Stop.
You know why they were most upset? They were most upset because they always bring goodie bags for all the teams they play of all
Oh.
Canadian stuff, and they couldn't get their goodie bags together. I mean, of course, now everything's so the chocolates and the chips and all the good stuff
And
are
the
going to be spread.
Isn't there like the coffee time?
Oh gosh, there's
what is
so
it?
many good things. I know that there's maple cookies in this year's goodie
Ooh.
bags, but it's like that's what I mean. It's that
Yes.
part that upset them the most. Is like we can't do what we always do right from the start of BOTAS. So now they'll go back to the teams that they played yesterday and deliver those, but they always bring something to share with all the teams that they play.
That is amazing.
And we have Pterodactyl with the first time with a star going to do a quick pass to Coleshaw, which kind of works but doesn't. But interesting, too, because Hart is the pivot for Kansas.
Yes.
So it looks like that's possibly going to happen. But, like, okay, so Kansas has a lead. Coleshaw was hoping to get a little bit more time, right, to score some points. But Bella Virus was just so fast out of that pack. Coleshaw gets through, 4 points.
And Abella is actually pulled back between turn 3 and 4.
Belleville is coming up on that line of, I'm trying to see, Heaven's Reject, Shell on Earth, Pterodactyl.
And Coleshaw's actually was able to get through number 232, so phenomenal.
Yeah, which is not an easy,
No,
not an
not-
easy go. Oh, Scott Free as well out there for Team Sask and Green. Oh, and that was some good work.
That was 87. That was Skella.
Yeah, Skella making it very difficult for Coleshaw to get by on a third scoring trip through the pack. But perhaps those points have already been picked up. We'll see. We'll see where things land. Also, shout-outs to Ref Pool, who's up there. And I'm going to, 12-point jam there for Team Sask. 3 points more on the board for Kansas. I do want to give a shout-out to that ref because they've taped their fingers with black, so it's so much easier to see the numbers. How smart is that?
That is really
Instead of,
smart.
because always I'm like, wait, is that 3 or 4?
Yeah. Is that
3 or 4?
Yeah, especially the way people, depending on how they hold 3 or 4, and then like knowing what numbers are.
Oh, Nikki Fury trying to take the inside line, but Beef Body, oh, hottie. Coming out down the middle in that safe zone. Yeah, Nikki Fury playing in the danger zone there and getting drawn back by No El Paso and Jessica Kaboom. So it looks like they're stacking the the jammers in the pivot positions. Not that Beef Body Ohadi isn't a phenomenal jammer.
Right.
I have loved seeing her jam. just interesting decisions, but
Yes,
makes sense. Makes sense for sure.
absolutely.
Although Jessica Kaboom just proving like, oh, you want to see well-rounded skater?
Yeah, I got
I'll give you
covered.
that. Nikki Fury drawn back again by Noel Paso. I really
Yeah,
wish I had a Derby Fantasy League right now, even though I couldn't bet against my team. I love Team Sask.
Yeah, but you're also just
wow.
you're picking up those, like, again, finite, nuanced things that just make a skater a really good skater.
Great effort by Nikki Fury, despite taking a bit of a spill there. Yeah, Nikki Fury, unfortunately, falling into those well-placed traps by the Kansas defense, those traps being, right, come to the outside, you're safe. No, you're not.
Candy.
Yeah. Beef Body Ohadi, meanwhile, finding some difficulty with Terralizer and Melcree at the top of the pack, but not enough to slow her down all that much. A big multi-scoring jam right now for Beef Body Ohadi.
Looks like we have a couple of skaters joining the Apex penalty box at the moment.
They're like, you know what? Let's all take a seat.
Yeah, we just needed a little break.
10 seconds left on the period clock, 14 left on the jam time, so this one will wind down if Beef Body Ohadi allows
Wills it so.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Beef Body Ohadi slicing through Candy
Yes.
Stroy and Melcree.
Her footwork is just amazing. That is what is carrying her through. And as a thick skater myself, I love seeing things like that because I'm like, I have to work on my footwork. I need to be doing things like Beef Body Ohadi because she just barreled through. She made smart choices. She skated so clean in that last jam. It was very, very inspiring.
Everybody should have footwork on their list of 2020 goals and then some. What a game, Kelly.
Yeah.
Kansas taking this one definitively, but we're not sure the absolute final score right now. The unofficial score 179-74. It's unofficial only because perhaps there had been some other points earned, so we'll see from there. But definitely Kansas taking this win. You know what, Kelly? We didn't even get to the where people land if they win or lose. We've been so invested in this game.
Right. So let's see.
Let's take a look. So this is already game 15.
Yes.
My goodness. So the winner of that, which is Kansas, will play at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's our time here, 6 p.m. today. And they will take on the winner of the next game.
Yes.
So the next teams playing, I do believe, are Virginia and Maine. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, the
Chad.
Chad.
So, Team Sask fans, I know you're watching. Thank you. Thank you so much for breaking in your day, which is definitely a work day, but whatever. Team Saskatchewan will now play tomorrow.
Okay.
So
They get
kind
to
of nice.
enjoy.
They get to have a
enjoy
good.
the rest
They get
of
to go and
BOTAS.
have a good Valentine's. I know we were all hoping to hit up a sweet diner that we spotted on the way, but I don't know, Kelly. I'm going to be here all day today.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot more amazing derby.
Emotionally exhausted by the end of it. I'm already spent. So the final, we've got 179 Kansas, Saskatchewan 74. Saskatchewan's got to be proud of that because
absolutely.
Kansas, they knew coming in. They knew Olsen was going to be an incredible threat blocker-wise. They knew.
No El Paso.
Oh, my
Hart as
gosh.
a jammer. Black Mamba. It's just amazing.
I can't. So we're going to take a quick audio break
Yes.
and chat with Johnny on the in-house announcing to decide on your MVP. So don't go anywhere. All right, we are back. We are just finishing up the Kansas versus Saskatchewan game. In fact, you can't see it on the stream, but the teams right now taking a great group photo.
Beautiful.
I'm Defnella, joined by Kelly. We're going to announce the MVPs. I'm very proud to say for Team Saskatchewan, a well-earned MVP goes to Shell on Earth.
And for Team Kansas, No El Paso, number 777, is your MVP for that game.
And we are so grateful that you're joining us here on the New England Roller Derby Report. We would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering size-inclusive leggings. I will never get tired of saying that because it's such a big deal, Kelly.
The lengths.
And shorts designed to fit you with 7 different lengths, and
6
pockets.
foot legs.
I was going to say I'm 5 foot even. I'm 5 foot enough. She is sure to have a style that works for your body. Team colors, custom prints, and group discounts are available. Also offering dozens of armband and helmet cover options. She's got you covered, so please see sociopath.com/NERD for 10% off your next order. Woo! I need to go cool down, Kelly.
Yes.
It has been an absolute blast. Thank
Always
you to
a
everybody
pleasure.
watching at home. Don't go anywhere. Coming up, Virginia and Maine, right here on the New England Roller Derby Report, all day long for free. BOTAS 2020 live from Hatfield, Pennsylvania.